Oh, what a day. What a day. To be alive. Welcome back to another issue of the Daily Planet. I actually I recorded a video yesterday, but it was crazy windy out here. So I recorded it inside, and instead of going down to the basement, because the basement's a mess right now, I did the episode up in my office. The light was terrible. The video was super grainy. Because of the sunlight coming in, I thought it would look cool. You know, just having like the one source of light. The camera didn't know what to do with it. So it looked terrible. Therefore, I did not release yesterday's episode. So I'm going to try to hit some of the talking points of yesterday. Some news has developed since yesterday. So some of my talking points might be wrong. Well, one in particular. And I'm hoping I am wrong. Hoping I'm wrong. One swig as we get going on this Wednesday. I am depressed as I look at my Halloween decorations and I realize they have to come down soon. Post-Halloween depression. But I am looking forward to going to Salem and doing some of the touristy things. Now that there's nobody, people are there, but the big crowds aren't there. So I want to do some of the touristy things, get more familiar with it, so that way for next year's content, I know more about the town, the attractions, where to go, what to do, that kind of thing. So we do have that coming up. Will I document it all? Who knows? We could assume yes, though. We could assume yes. This weekend is Rhode Island Comic Con. I unfortunately will not be going, but fortunately, I'm not going because it's our anniversary. So while I won't be there, hope everybody has a good time. Hopefully next year I can make it happen. But hopefully next year it's not on my anniversary weekend. That'd be nice. It didn't line up that way. I feel like last year it did not, but this year it did. So there is that. The one negative I was talking about yesterday, actually there's two negatives. The first one, in movie-related things. Those of you who have been here on the channel for a long time, you are very familiar with a theory I have. And the theory is, if a movie studio drops a ton of trailers and includes clips, scenes of a movie, entire scenes, is not a good sign. It is not a good sign. The, Exhibit A and B of it all, Wonder Woman 84 and Mortal Kombat, the first one. The one that came out in 2020 or 2021, I can't remember. Either way, those two are, I just noticed a crack in my foundation that I don't think I've noticed before. I'll come back to that. Okay. Anyway, that is those two, that's really bothering me right now. Continuing. Those two movies dropped full-on scenes before the movie dropped. And in the case of Mortal Kombat, it was a dope scene. Ended up being the best one in the whole movie. In the case of Wonder Woman, the first one they dropped, which was the Amazonian obstacle course thing, was so bad, it was a great premonition of the movie. Those are good heads up as to what you're going to get in that movie. So other movies have come and gone that have done the same. I feel like there's one exception to the rule that ended up being good, and it may have been Superman, but I don't fully remember. I think it was Superman. So there's that. Now, all of this is in reference to Predator Badlands. I have a bad feeling about Predator Badlands. However, all the early reviews say otherwise. So the bad feelings when it comes to all of this being released and the trailers and the clips and all that stuff, it could literally be tied to the fact that movie going, I guess you could say revenue for October was way down. the amount of footsteps going to the theater to watch a movie was way down. And maybe they're trying to just get ahead of that. It is completely possible. Because, as you know, the most recent releases in the Alien/Predator universe have not been bad. So there's almost no reason to believe that this would just be an atrociously bad movie, outside of like the concept seems weird. But in about, I think, 2 out of theater reaction videos I watched, both people said the concept to this going into it didn't make sense as a thing. And yet when they got out of it, they were like, oh, that was great. So I'm actually excited now to see the movie. Will I see it in theaters? Probably not. Probably not. Before I go to my other kind of negative thing, in positive movie news, The Mummy 4, starring Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, coming back into our lives. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Curious to see what they do with the story on that one. You know, will the son be involved again? You know, no clue. But why not? It's really one of those, just why not? Might as well go for it. But the other negative thing came in the form of, when it comes to toys, I canceled my Apocalypse order. I canceled it. I might go back and pre-order it again. There's a chance. But I was, you know, as you guys know, I want to redo the downstairs, make it into like a Ghostbuster themed recording space, especially as we start getting into the winter months. And as I'm looking at the toy shelf and what's going to have to come down, I'm running into the scenario of, like with the Ecto 1, where I'm like, all right, if I buy this thing, for as cool as it is, where am I going to put it? And is he going to just go in a storage bin somewhere? You know, I don't. It's a figure I've wanted. It's a figure I wanted, didn't know I needed, until I saw it in person, and I was like, this is dope. This is a great figure at a good price. But do I want to spend that money to have something not even be on display? So I got a couple days to figure it out. Pre-orders window for that ends this week, I believe. So do what you will with that information. They did put back on the Hasbro site the X-Men 97 Cyclops and the like Gamerverse type cable. Also Kingpin, card back Kingpins on the website. All 3 of them are now at a higher price than they were before. Do what you will with that information. So I'm not sure what direction to go with that. I am not sure. But we'll see. We'll see. So let me know down below. Has your collecting habits, plans, themes, have they changed in the last couple months, and are they going to change going forward? Even, you know, as far as the channel goes, I feel like we're slowly shifting into the collectible, like, I think it's more like prop things, more experience type nerdy things here on the channel versus just action figures. I feel like that's the direction we're currently going, and we probably will go back at some point. So this is not one of those videos where I'm like, oh, toy collecting is dumb, I'm selling everything. That's not what's happening. We're just literally ebbing and flowing, actually. Ebbing and flowing. And I think we're currently going in the more collectible, but I could use it type of space versus just the collectible action figure space at the moment. It may change. It may change, and probably will change. So there's that. But tonight I am on Appetite for Collectibles YouTube channel, Nilda. Try that again, Nilda. And I'm honored to be on. She has invited Robert Mangold, and I will be along for the ride on that one. Of course, he was the puppeteer for Slimer in Frozen Empire. So that should be a fun conversation, as well as being in Star Wars and some other movies. So check that out tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern on Appetite for Collectibles. I will put a link for that down in the description. Of course, catch the replay if you can. And today's Wednesday, which is crazy. I thought it was Tuesday. If I don't see you guys tomorrow morning, I will see you tomorrow night for Hey Archer Live, 8:15-ish p.m. here on the channel. So, as always, enjoy some coffee. Enjoy some of those W's from last night. And I got to figure out what the F that is on the foundation of my house. See you later.